Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is a show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host, Mick. And today I'm joined by
Landon Browning.
And David Parker.
What?
Where's Will?
Where is Will?
He's not here.
He's at a
retreat.
yeah, he's at a
Retreating
a young adult retreat up in the middle of the woods.
at a river.
Riverview Bible Camp, I believe, with a bunch of other young adults.
Yep.
Looking for purpose in their lives.
We've all been multiple times.
Will they find it? Probably not.
Wow. Great for that.
I was kidding.
I was gonna talk about the fun slide there. They have a fun tubing hill, some zip line stuff. The food's, it's okay.
I don't know.
Not the false hope. Is that what you're? Where's Colby?
He's in Boise.
Oh,
he moved there. He just doesn't have enough money to spend $200 on like a.
I think we established that he's never gonna buy the stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So the only time
He's
Colby
losing
will
stock
ever be on the
options
show
on
is when
he's
he
getting
visits.
Yeah, we're gonna social network him. Like we're all
Yes.
an amalgamation of the Zuckerberg character, and then he's Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. I've never seen that movie, but I've watched the scenes and how much were your shares diluted to? He's like,
1 point. Blah, blah, blah. The movie's actually really good. I think you guys should watch it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Even if you know how it ends.
It's got the Zuck in it. It's about the Zuck.
It's about the Zuck, yeah. And it has Justin
probably like it
Timberlake
'cause
as the Napster guy.
Yeah.
Drop the.
I'd probably
Classic
like it because it's David Fincher, right?
Yeah, it's a Fincher movie.
Yeah, I'd probably like it.
It's good.
Dude.
But before we start
I
recording,
wonder why our equipment around here doesn't work. Gosh dang. That probably got picked up on the mic. Landon's destroying our boom arm for our microphone. Put the spring back on.
It's working. It's fine.
No,
I don't know where.
you flew over there somewhere.
before this too, Landon was giving Will crap about
Will's Landon's Will's destroying this stuff. He doesn't know what he's doing, and then he just
Well, before we started recording, we were talking about a lot of things. We were talking about cars. We were talking about because
about cars.
Landon was saying that he's been getting the itch to buy some type of car.
Yeah. Yep.
So what have you been looking at or fantasizing about?
Well, I've gone through about every type of car that I fantasize about, ranging from outrageously expensive to mildly affordable. I think I've settled on. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know if you guys like the
Don't do it.
the Mazda.
Oh.
The Miata. It's the MX-5. It's a 2-seater convertible.
It's a smaller one, right?
Yep, it's a really small car, really tiny.
There's a Miata for sale here on base. I drive by it all the time, and I'm like, oh, it looks kind of cool, but it's a little pricey. So
Yeah.
Have you looked at Supras?
Yes, Supras are more expensive. That's so. So the Mazda.
There's a really cool old. It's not old, but it's a Fiat convertible.
Oh, okay.
2-seater convertible.
Yeah.
You should look into that.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Supras are cool, but they're $60,000, I think. So, which is really expensive.
you don't want to buy a new Supra?
I mean, I'm on the point where I'm I want something nice, but I also. So if I get rid of my car I have right now is really it's a really good car. It's all-wheel drive, great gas mileage.
Is it a
Driving
Subaru?
the snow. Yeah, it's a Subaru Legacy.
Nice.
So if I get another car, though, I'm I can't. It makes no sense to have two cars. But I can't just have a rear-wheel drive. You know what I mean? Sports car, because in Spokane you literally just can't drive one of those for 3 months of the year. So
Yeah.
In this economy, it makes sense to have 2 cars.
yeah. So then I would just have to buy something else too. So I'll probably.
You need a summer car, a fall car,
And a
a winter
truck.
car, and a spring car.
The best way
Yeah.
to stimulate the economy, Landon, is to give big corporations huge chunks of money. So
You know what, Landon? Give back.
yeah,
I'm giving back.
Give
to the
back to the
community.
people.
Yeah, I'm giving back to the people.
The people.
So everybody I know in my life just tells me you won't do it, Landon, because you're a cheap piece
Bad
of
word.
crap. So, yeah. So I probably won't end up doing it, but this is the closest I've been to pulling the trigger on something. But
It's funny. On my way here, I passed a Dodge Challenger, and I was I'm going to show up, and there's going to be a new car in Landon's driveway today.
you thought there was going to be?
I really thought. I was it's something about today. I think Landon pulled the trigger. He did it.
I got my 20% APR, 6-year, $1,200 a month payment.
So, but what you're really looking for, or what you're wanting most, is like compact sports car? Is that kind of what you're
Yep. Yeah. So I've looked. So I'm like, that's why I kind of sit on the Miata, because it's like I'm not a gearhead. Like I'm not like a super like.
You're just a wannabe.
Oh, I mean, I just want
poser.
I mean, I guess if that's what you want to.
a loser?
No.
Yeah, loser is probably.
Whoa,
loser probably is.
That's a little offensive.
So like, because I've looked at different ones. Like the Supra is really cool, but I'm like, I don't even know if I'm a big enough of a car fan to fully appreciate how cool that car is to drive it. You know what I mean? Like a Miata, like that's not very like it's.
This is America. You can just buy whatever you want. Claim that you can. You're a true fan of it.
I've looked at that. I've looked at some BMWs.
Oh, don't go that route.
But I've heard they're like mechanical disasters.
Yeah.
Like the D-bag crowd.
So I've looked at those because there's a cool all-wheel drive kind of sporty car you can get. But it's expensive also, and I think they just break after like. You know,
that was gonna be my other
5
question.
seconds.
Like, are you looking more at like Asian models or American or European?
So I guess if I had to pick, like, so if I went muscle car, it would be Dodge Challenger, because those I think are actually really cool.
I don't like.
I like those more. You don't?
No, not really.
You like the Mustang
Dude,
more?
go
or-
Mustang.
Yeah.
Even the modern Mustangs?
Certain years a Mustang I like, but I don't really like the Challengers. They're too like bulky.
They are very bulky.
What about a Porsche?
Now Porsches are really cool, but now we're getting into a whole other category of like
that's a different
bad
tier,
financial
right?
decisions.
That's like a
So I could buy like, you know what I mean?
tier.
I could decide if I wanted to spend the same amount of money I want to do now, I could get maybe like a 2002 Porsche, but you know.
Have you seen the new BRZs?
Yeah, those are cool. I like the GR86 more though.
Is that the Toyota version?
Yeah, but I mean it's basically the same car. It's the same engine, same. I mean,
Who made it first?
I don't know. I mean, it's basically the GR86 is a team up with Subaru. Like
Oh,
they
so
collaborate.
probably
They're
at the same time.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
they're almost essentially the same car.
I would lean towards Subaru, but
Yeah. So that's if I want. I mean, I feel like the BRZ, the GR86, and the Mazda Miata are all about the same price range. They're in like the 35 to like 40K range for a new one.
and you want
the Miata
like
just
new too, like
I
not
yeah, I
used,
think if
or-
I do it, I'm going to get a new.
how about a
one.
GTR?
What's that? Isn't I can't afford a GTR. Like, aren't those like several $100,000?
I think so. Yeah.
Now, if y'all want to collaborate, you guys want to pitch in, and we can, you know,
Yeah.
Oh sure.
Mick, I'll keep the GTR during the summer, and then you can have it.
I'll use it
say
during
October through February.
Yeah.
Like,
Prime months.
so yeah.
Yeah, it's called a Fiat 124 Spider.
Okay, I think I've seen those. Yeah.
They're really cool.
Bree also is like, she's one of those people that I could see her getting a sports car someday, because like she really likes sports.
She likes
cars.
driving fast.
She
like,
likes driving fast,
and they're cool.
Yeah, and they're
Like,
and of course,
they're-
yeah, they're cool.
She should get.
But she hates spending money, so like
Something.
every time
See,
she looks
that's-
at, every time she looks at the price of a sports car,
Ah.
she's like, eh.
I hate spending money. I hate it. Like,
Yeah.
I have to like be like, it has to be practical. Like, I can spend money if it's on something practical. Like, I'm like, I replaced my roof, and I'm like, oh, this is fine because, you know, this is something I need, even though like it brings me absolutely no joy, like at all. Like,
But see, like,
but I'm like, oh, this.
with how willing you are to do this, like that must mean that like
I really do want one.
yeah, that you
Like,
really do want one, but also that like the money is piling up.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
Landon's
it's like,
like,
because I'm like,
it's burning a hole in my pocket.
well, like it's like I could probably get one, and I could like probably pay it off in like a year, maybe 2. Like even with like if I didn't put like a ton down. So I'm like what? Like I'm just trying to like maybe trying to live a little bit more and not just be like. I feel like my entire life I've lived in like planning for like.
You
want to
live capital L, not live lowercase l.
Kind of like I feel like I've lived my whole life. I was like,
You want
I'm
to
gonna-
thrive, not survive.
Yeah. Does that make sense at all, or am I just
No,
like,
that makes
sounding
sense.
like-
No,
like,
that makes sense.
Because I spent so much time being like, I gotta save my money for a house. That'll make me happy. Like, and then you got a house.
Did it make you happy?
No. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what? Like this car, this is gonna be the thing that makes you happy.
Yeah, this will be the thing. I mean, it probably won't, but like it's more like I'm like I could be like you said, like, oh, you need a better garage space or whatever for a house, like, or to get one, like, and it's like but I'm like, so what? Then I wait another few years or 5 years, and then it's like, well, maybe then like my life situation's different, and like there's something else. They'll be like, oh, well, I need this now, like, and then I'll just, you know what I mean? I don't want to be that person that like never does the cool thing that they kind of want to do. Like,
You went to Cincinnati once. That's really cool.
okay,
You can tell your grandchildren about that.
that was me and my friends. We
went
cobbled
to
together all our
Ohio.
money, and we went to one Bengals game. And that year they went to the Super Bowl. Did they win, Grandpa? Nope, they lost. And they never won ever again.
Rip Bengals.
Yeah. So, what sports car does Bree want? Can we have Bree on the show to talk about sports cars?
She is at the thrift store right now, so she.
So she's definitely never going to actually buy one.
Hey, well, the thrift store on base is having a brown bag sale, so everything you can fit in a brown bag, $5.
Dude, that sounds pretty fun. Like just trying to stuff as much.
It is kind of fun.
I'm leaning more towards like a Prius.
Prius, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
You don't want a sporty car? I feel like you could get down with a sporty car.
I want
If I'm
a sporty hatchback.
I would probably get like a Subaru WRX or something, or STI. Like I would want something that's like sporty but practical.
The Subaru WRX starts at 31,000 to 41,000.
No biggie.
So it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
No problem.
No. I've heard those are very fun cars.
Yeah,
They look fun too.
But yeah, in terms of like rear wheel, like 2-seater, like I would probably get like if I went for like a just 2-seat, I would probably get like some like Honda Accord or something that's like like front wheel drive. Yeah, it's a V6, but you know it's still practical.
The Hyundai, is it Velostar or Veloster? That looks kind of cool.
Raptor.
There are some pretty cool practical cars. Like you said, the WRX. There's a couple other. You can get like a really nice like Acura has like
Acura has some good ones.
Some really cool like practical. I mean, like they're very expensive too.
The Audi R8 is practical.
Yeah. Like I said, it's probably something I don't do, but I'm like I was like thinking about like going to the dealership today to like just like look at them and like maybe try to test drive one. Which that's probably the game over point. But like,
how is the weather? Is there snow or
here?
ice?
There's no snow on the roads anymore. It's basically like
it's been a little frosty the past couple of days.
It's been a weird January though because it's been like for the most part like in like the lows have been like the 30s and then like it's been like highs are
high 30, low 40s, and then like the past few days it was like absolutely freezing out.
Yeah, but no snow really.
It's supposed to snow today.
Okay, so good test drive weather then.
Yeah, test drive. See how it handles.
See how you handle
it when I crash. Crash on the test drive.
You should get a Saab 900.
What's that?
Dave, you know what that is.
Wait, which one is that?
Saab 900.
Oh, isn't that from the Simpsons, the Seinfeld episode?
Seinfeld episode. That's Jerry's car.
I don't remember that.
You're gonna want that undercoat.
Is that the one? Is that with Putty? Oh, that's with Putty. Is that when he goes?
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, where he goes to
don't leave me hanging.
The Twix.
Yeah, the Twix episode. And Kramer's like testing the suspension of the car. It's like, oh, it's good suspension.
Is that when he calls him a monkey wrench? He calls Putty a monkey wrench.
Yeah.
Don't call me.
Don't call me that.
I love Putty.
He's so good. So funny.
Yeah, so stay tuned for my car adventures.
All right.
Or lack thereof. It'll probably just be like, well, I found a truck with 250,000 miles on it. That's practical so I can, do yard projects in my house. So
there's some sporty trucks.
Yeah. If I buy a truck, I was thinking about buying a nice truck for a while.
And get a beater truck.
I'm going to get a beater truck. Yeah. Cause
Bree was looking at beater trucks because like if you want to carry furniture around or something, it's really a pain when all you have are two compact sedans.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so last year when I was doing, I did like a lot of yard work, like basically deconstruction of my yard, like tearing out bushes and just a bunch of stuff. And I had it I probably filled up, I want to guess, probably 120 of the 50-gallon contractor garbage bags full of stuff. And when you don't have a truck, there's nowhere to get rid of them unless you want to every week put 2 out of the 120 in your garbage can and wheel it out to the road slowly. So I just literally I contacted the city and they're like, well, you can just pile the stuff up by your garbage can. They'll just take it away and they'll charge you, X amount per bag or whatever. So the garbage men had to have hated me because for about a 4-week stretch every week there was 30 bags that were each weighed 50 pounds. They were so heavy. I was sitting next to my car. They charged me so much to get rid of this stuff. I was so mad, but I felt so bad. I'm they have to roll to my house and be are you kidding me? Each week there's 30 new contractor bags full of just broken branches and pieces of trees and bushes.
How much did it cost?
I probably spent all in all I want to guess close to $500. Like
Jeez.
over the course of like, I probably, like I said, probably 120, 150 bags worth of stuff.
Holy cow.
Which really, I mean that would have been, if I had a truck, that would have been, probably 6 or 7 dump runs. So I mean, you factor gas. I mean, it's definitely was more expensive to put.
Does your dad not have a truck or something? Or
nope, no.
Dang.
My dad's we've never had a truck. Our family had never had one. Like I have my work van. I can
dude,
use
you should have hit up
like
Randy.
stuff.
Been like, hey, you want to make $200?
Yeah. I don't
or
know.
do you want to make no money and help out a friend?
I'll send you a 4th round draft pick.
He would have done it for free.
Yeah,
He would have complained about it.
I have stuff I want to give him. I have like a bunch of like firewood. Like I have like larger chunks of wood.
Dude, my pops will take some firewood.
I think he could burn it.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's just taking it. It's blocking my access to my sports car garage in my backyard. So.
Are you going to build one of those like triple decker ones that has like an elevator so you can your back neighbors
my house in the shadle and then my house in the shadle area. I'm gonna store $280,000 for the cars and my house is worth probably the same amount of money.
All right.
So when they break in, they're not even gonna bother with the house. Like they're just gonna like break into the garage.
See, and your real expensive car you have in your house, so it's all a ploy.
Yeah, I'll store it on the roof. On my new roof.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll keep tabs on you to see if you get a new car.
3 years from now, I'll be like, guys, I'm thinking about getting it, guys. I'm really thinking.
We've been getting just lots of IKEA furniture and just building lots of shelves.
That sounds like just as much fun as a sports car.
I mean, it's a little bit cheaper, a little bit cheaper,
but not by much, dude.
But not by much. But yeah, we've just been putting together shelving for stuff. I need to get we're almost kind of like settled, but I need to get some bookshelves so I can put my books up because right now we have this linen closet that has no linens in it. It's only books. It's a
book closet.
It's like hundreds of books in this in this closet. So I just want to get a bookshelf so I can set that up. But I have like the game room set up, so we have all the games and shelves, and it looks really nice. We have our old dining room table in there, so it's like good size for playing games. Now we just need to make friends so we can have people to play games.
Yeah, you're going around. You should just put out like little flyers, like at the commissary and different places. Be like, want to come play board games with me? I'll tell you 90% of the rules.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry I brought up board games in front of Landon.
I've been wanting to have a game night at my place.
Yeah, you guys. Every time you say in Discord, I'm like, oh yeah, like I wish I could be there, but I hope you guys
fly up, dude.
Get together.
Fly up, bro.
It ends up being an expensive game night,
dude.
What did you guys play last time?
Time off work and stuff.
We didn't play that many games. We played Secret Hitler, and that was it.
And that's like
that's not even a board game. It's a like yellow.
It's like
game.
Resistance.
It's like Resistance, right? Okay, like a
Which,
secret.
All the other games that were brought that night were just various versions.
Oliver literally just brought like 5. He brought 5 games, so they were all.
Did he have like Coop
Resistance.
And what are the other ones?
I don't know. They were like.
I think he had Werewolf, Secret Hitler, and then some other game.
You should have played. You should have played Downforce. That one's fun.
We should have. We didn't start playing. We were watching football.
Oh, okay.
Most of a lot of the afternoon because it was Friendsmas.
Yeah.
Oh, you did
and we were
game
watching...
night and Friendsmas on the same day?
Yep. Yeah, we were watching Kirk Cousins play.
I was a Nazi every round.
What? I'm going to just isolate that.
It was the
quote.
Flip that.
In a board game.
Very important.
It was like the exact same way I started when we played Resistance. Like I was always the bad people.
The bad people.
And then that just how that goes is like everyone they're like, well, Mick's always won, so I'm like, let's kill him.
And then you hear Dave go, well, I know who I am, so
I have to hear that one more thing. Like, dude. Like,
I know who I am, so we're all clear on that, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, we're good.
I know I'm resistant. Yeah. I know it. I just know it.
But okay, but like you guys have played this games with me though when I'm not a good guy, and people can tell really easily. Like I'm not good at hiding when I'm the bad guy because I don't know how to play the bad guy very well. So like if I'm playing smartly and doing well, and my jumps make sense.
I've played first class trouble with you and like died a lot of times. Like
this is all part of Dave's Dave's plan is like to divert.
Dave, I'll trust you, and then like
I'm not as clever as I want to be.
See, I don't buy it.
That's part of his plan.
I mean, you can think that, but you'll be disappointed when you find out.
I know what I think, Dave. I know what I think. See how dumb that sounds?
I mean, it's a win for me because then you think I'm smarter than I am.
Sorry.
It's going to break his arm again. His arm that holds the microphone, not his actual human flesh arm.
I'm like,
Landon, don't.
You guys watch The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, the show or the video game?
You guys watch the video game?
I've watched the video game before.
Yeah, Bree was doing her 4th playthrough, so I was watching,
Yeah. Trying to get all the endings.
Yep. She's like, man, I just keep getting the same one over and over again.
Yeah. You're like, no, Bree, you're doing it wrong.
Make the bad guy decisions next time. Yeah, the first episode came out on HBO Max.
Yep.
And HBO.
And HBO.
Yeah, it was a very good episode.
I thought it was great.
I think it absolutely nailed the tone of the game. Like, it brought me right back to like the emotions of what was going on in the game and everything. Mm-hmm. I think the actors are phenomenal. I think Pedro Pascal is like perfect as Joel.
It was an instant for me. It was like instant. I'm like, it was like instant. I'm like, yep, this is Joel.
Yeah.
Like there was also no like I'm not like, oh, it's Mando. I'm like, no, this is just Joel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no like, yeah, he just.
Yeah, I love too that like they're definitely not afraid to like change some things and like transition it from video game to TV. Like you have to make some changes and take some liberties there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like there are like direct copies of shots from the video game. So it feels like so familiar, but new at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I think is good.
They also captured like how scary it is too. Like the first 30, I feel like they did a great job building it. Like when you're following Sarah and she's like in the neighbor's house.
I've never seen the movie, but it gave me like It vibes, like when the neighbor's in the background.
Oh,
when she's like looking at DVDs or whatever, and the old lady's like,
yeah.
Like,
and I just like all the building, like you can tell like on the radio they're talking about stuff happening.
On the radio, the kid at school, his like hand is like twitching.
Yep.
You see like sirens going
everywhere,
by,
and like the people in the watch shop are like, no, we're closing.
Yeah,
like,
it was very unsettling.
Yeah, they did a good in the game you basically just start off with her giving the present to Joel.
Yep.
So you don't get a bunch of this kind of build up and anticipation of like what is gonna happen.
Well, and I like it too because just like the game, how it starts, like you follow essentially for the first 30 minutes, you follow it just from her point of view, Sarah's. And if you didn't know anything about the game, I would assume you would just think that like she's the main character.
Yeah, they definitely shot it that way.
Yeah, like I've been telling my parents to watch it. I don't think they know anything really about it. And I'm assuming they're gonna think that like it's like, the two of them.
Yeah.
Bree and I both said about the daughter actress that it's kind of a bummer because she was like really like a really good actress.
Yeah. It's funny, like when I was seeing her, I was like, man, she looks so much like Thandie Newton. And then I looked up and I was like, oh, that's because she's her daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
I was like, wow, she looks so much like her. And I was like, I wonder why.
No, she was great.
Yeah, I thought she was really it's a bummer because she was a really good in that.
And it's still, even knowing it was happening, it was still gut wrenching. Yeah. Like the when that happens, like especially I felt like it was more frantic, like that whole like sequence than it was in the game. Like when they're driving through the town in the truck, like that was like, that's how far Megan made it. When the plane crashed and like the truck, like they're waking up in the truck, like we were like sitting watching and I was like sitting up like super excited, like I'm on the edge of the seat, and like she just like stood up with her knitting. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go in the other room. Like she's like, I can't. She's like, if I want to sleep tonight, I can't watch it anymore. And I'm like, okay, like we'll just stop and watch Seinfeld. Like, I'll watch it tomorrow. Like,
dang.
And then I'm like, this is probably gonna be the scariest episode. You know what I mean? Like that's probably. I guess it does.
Maybe I don't know.
Stuff.
Like
I don't think so. I think it just gets more tense.
I guess you're probably right. Yeah, yeah, so that's gut wrenching. And then is it a different actress? So I want to say, it's the same actress that plays Marlene also plays her in the game.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought they were going to do the same thing for Tess also, but that did not look like.
I don't think it's the same actress.
Okay, maybe they were going to and they've recast or something. I thought it was going to be initially. But, but
no, Tess is she's the one from Mindhunter, like the leader of that.
Oh,
that division.
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't even recognize her.
Yeah.
She's kind of beat up.
Yeah. She was great in Mindhunter too.
Yeah. So. Really good in Mindhunter. And I thought she's really good as Tess.
Yeah. And the biggest surprise, I was really nervous about Bella Ramsey as Ellie. I was a little bit like on the fence like before the show came out, and then, like she sold it for me pretty quick.
Yeah, I think she was a really good casting.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I'd seen her in was Game of Thrones before this, which she was good in Game of Thrones, but like I didn't know quite how it was going to translate to her being like Ellie, and I think she's killing it so far. So yeah, it ended, and I was like, okay, well, this is everything I wanted. So I think it has like a high potential. Like I feel like if they keep the quality up from the first episode throughout the run, like I'll probably end up liking the show more than the game, would be my guess.
Dang.
But,
I mean, yeah, it's a high bar for sure, but I mean, at least through this first episode, they definitely nailed like the emotions that the game put me through.
Yeah.
And it's not a fun story.
No,
really.
No, there's nothing fun about it.
But
Like,
I mean, it's so like it just like pulls you in so quickly, and it does not let go.
no.
And it just builds on that throughout the second game too. But yeah, this first game and the first episode definitely like it feels like the same thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could say that about any other video game adaptation.
Nope.
It makes me even more pissed off about the Uncharted movie.
Dude, I like the Uncharted movie.
Holy cow, that movie's a pile of
What? No, dude,
I
liked
still
it?
have not seen it.
I actually legitimately enjoyed the Uncharted movie.
oh my gosh, it was terrible.
I'm gonna Papa John's.
Shut up.
So Landon, you would say I should see it, and Michael saying I should not see it.
I would say watch it. It's not great, but I thought it was still fun. I like Tom Holland. I like Mark Wahlberg.
It's so bad.
Like
It's bad.
That's
the thing too, that like the fact that Pedro Pascal and what's the actress that plays Ellie?
Bella Ramsey, I think is her name.
The fact that they like sell it and nail who those characters are, that's like a big contributing factor of why so far the show is working.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I never bought Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, and Nathan Drake is like a giant reason why those games are so fun.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I never bought them. I bought Mark Wahlberg a little bit more as Sully.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the marketing, and he does not give me Sully vibes at all.
He's in a Papa John's. It's the greatest scene in the movie.
Sully should have been someone like what's his face? The guy from Burn Notice and all the
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell. That's
Did you
Sully.
guys see the like fan made little mini movie with Nathan Fillion?
Oh, I did. That was really good. That
was really good. I think Stephen Lang was Sully.
Great.
He was great as Sully. Like it made me wish that they had gone that.
Dude, I hate, but the Uncharted movie made enough movie that I'm pretty money that it's gonna get a sequel. I'm pretty sure.
Gosh, I hope not.
Mick
the
is so excited.
Chloe was good.
She was like probably the only
she was
good
as
casting.
Chloe, yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. It did not feel
well, and just like I keep joking about the Papa John, like the blatant like marketing.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
There's none of that in The Last of Us. They're not like I'm in an old bombed out Papa John. I can't wait for the next episode tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, yeah, it'll be fun.
It is one where Will's not here to talk about it because Will's a huge Last of Us fan.
Yeah.
Well,
but as he's not a big fan of the second
straight,
game,
you know?
so he's not really a true fan of the franchise. So let's just go ahead and get the record straight.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Will, Last of Us hater.
Yep, hater. Yeah,
definitely here first. I watched a movie last night that made me cry.
Yeah, what was it?
I'm about to tell you the name of the movie.
What is the name of the movie?
The name of the movie is Onward.
Oh,
the Disney Pixar movie.
Is that the one with the like the two brothers and?
Speaking of Tom Holland, it has Tom Holland in it.
Oh, that movie's really good. That movie is like
Pratt.
Yeah.
That movie, Disney Pixar does such a good job at just like stabbing you in the heart, like in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and it definitely did in this movie and the last bits of the movie. But
Mick did call me last night, like late at night, saying like, "I love you, bro." Like.
Did you?
No.
You're basically my dad. No. But no, it was a really good movie. Tom Holland should do that more. It's something like Uncharted 2. No, yeah, you should watch it, Landon. It's really
Would I cry?
You don't have a younger brother or an older brother, so probably not.
Oh.
But you have a dad.
Thanks for dehumanizing me.
No, I mean, you might. You have a heart.
You know what, Landon? It was overdue. Like,
I cry more as an adult.
Yeah, you're kind of a baby now. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm like the hardened shell's cracking.
I came inside today, and he was like cooking bacon or whatever, and he dropped a plate and it broke, and he was like,
Yeah, I literally was crying for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it took a lot to calm him down.
I'm surprised that you hadn't seen this movie yet, though.
I've been
on
like
Disney
really
Plus
behind
for years.
I've been behind on a lot of my Disney Pixar movies.
Same.
Like I hadn't seen Onward. I haven't seen The Good Dinosaur. I haven't seen
the Buzz Lightyear one.
I haven't seen
Soul's really good. I want to watch that.
Soul's good too.
Turning Red.
I watched that one. That one's okay. It's good.
I've heard it's directed more towards like girls, but
yeah, but still, yeah.
That's like every Disney movie, right?
I'll cut that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Turning Red's fun. Like it's like another movie. I think I'm just like a sucker at some point. Like I teared up during that movie. Like I can't like watch.
See,
like,
baby.
We watched. I watched with Megan. We watched Knives Out last night, and then we watched after that we watched an episode of like Love, Death, and Robots. We watched the one where they're in the they're like the farmers, but they have like the Autobots. Like they have like like I choked up in that like, and I'm like I think I was like broken. Like I'm like, oh, this is sad. Like yeah, I like cry during those things at this point, or like tear up. I can like it doesn't take much for me anymore.
Have you seen the second Wreck-It Ralph movie?
No, but I cried during that. I
thought that one was pretty good too.
I have not seen that one.
I think I like that one better than the first one.
I haven't seen Coco.
Coco's really good.
I didn't see Finding Dory. Haven't seen Luca. Haven't seen Soul.
Luca's good.
Haven't seen Cars 2 or 3.
I've also not seen those.
I gotta finish the Cars trilogy.
No,
I've seen the first.
Haven't seen Good Dinosaur. Yeah, I've been behind, but
I'm like weird with movies. Like I can somehow talk myself into watching like 2 episodes of like an hour-long HBO show, but then like there's like a 90-minute movie. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I have time for that. Like
okay, quick. Name your favorite Pixar short.
The chess one.
There's only one answer.
Yeah.
There's only one answer. It's Jerry's Game.
That one's so funny.
It's like I don't have like a memory like of the first time watching that. I've seen it like, I saw it so young, like, and I remember like I think when I first watched it, I had to have been like just a couple years old. And, like I remember like not understanding like, what was going on. Like, I'm like, where's the other old man?
It's amazing. Like, it's so good. Was that the one in front of
Bugs Life?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, Jerry's Game's great.
And then they used him in Toy Story 2.
Wait, did they?
He was the guy that fixes wood.
Oh, yeah. Reusing assets, cheap.
Right. Yeah, probably. That's probably what it
was. I watched 2. Did I tell you guys I watched Bullet Train?
Oh no! Did you like it?
That was a couple weeks ago. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't. It was like it kind of got like a little crazy at the end, like a little like maybe too crazy.
Yeah. When the train derails, and like somehow everybody lives. Like,
but I thought it was like a fun movie.
I mean,
yeah. I thought it was a pretty fun movie. It was a little ridiculous. But I mean, I thought it was like
that was kind of the point of it, though, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I would say it wasn't like high cinema or anything like that, but I liked all the like the 2 brothers. I thought they were really funny.
Lemon and
you're a diesel.
What was it? Lemon and
Tangerine.
Tangerine.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, and then Brad Pitt was really good, and
I liked Brad Pitt when
the girl.
I liked when Brad Pitt's like fighting the Venom person, like, and like he takes that. I'm just gonna spoil whatever Bullet Train. Who cares? Because it's not really high cinema. But
no.
like,
Dave, you better cut this.
When like he like takes the antidote and uses it for himself, and he's like, you have another one, right? Like, and she's like, no, and he's like, oh my god, like how could you like? And then he's like. Oh, now I'm mansplaining. I'm sorry. He's trying to like be like, he's like trying to be like a better person. And she's like literally dying. Do you want me to get you any water? Like,
I do like at the end.
He's
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He's really funny with just like comedic roles.
Yeah,
like, he really excels with that.
Yeah.
Well, too, like in the context of the movie, like at the end where you realize like the whole reason like a lot of this was happening to him was just because of like the mistake of like the other guy being like calling in sick.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and him having to like fill that role.
Yeah, that was a funny cameo.
But that was a funny movie. A funny fun movie.
His cameo was great. I like Channing Tatum cameo.
But they had speaking of Channing Tatum,
accents.
Yeah. I also saw 21 Jump Street
Mike?
a couple weeks ago. And that movie I actually thought was really good.
I haven't seen it.
Gosh, I saw that when it came out in theaters, and I don't remember much about it.
I thought it was really good. It was like a buddy cop movie, but they kind of like subvert some of those like buddy cop tropes.
Subvert your expectations.
Yeah,
It was a Ryan Johnson movie.
So I actually really enjoyed 21 Jump Street. I thought it was really funny, and the Channing Tatum and what's his face,
Jonah Hill
were a really good like duo for that movie.
Yeah.
So I would recommend 21 Jump Street if you haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
It's fun.
I wanted to watch Paddington 2 last night. Turns out you can't stream that anywhere, from what I found. Like,
you wanted to get your Paddington fix.
yeah, I watched the first one, and like Megan came over last night. She wasn't like feeling like super great, and I'm like, well, Paddington 2 sounds like a great like not feel good.
You're not feeling
like,
well.
I mean? Like,
let's watch the rest of the Last of Us episode that you.
That you weren't. That you
that you didn't get to finish.
Right up after the truck got like flipped over from the plane. Like,
you thought you were at rock bottom. Not yet.
Yeah.
Give it 7 more minutes.
Megan knew what happened because like Megan looks up like spoilers for everything, so like she already knows like everything that happened.
Oh, Paddington
like,
2?
No, in the last. God dang it. But like, yeah, I went on Amazon Prime and like you look up Paddington 2 and it's like unavailable. Like you can't even rent it or buy it.
Oh, weird.
Like, and I'm like, I've never seen that for like a movie. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it for some like obscure stuff, but like Paddington 2 seems like something like you would be able to, rent. Like, and I couldn't find it. I don't know if it's on some other streaming service. I looked on Hulu, I looked on Netflix and HBO, and couldn't find it.
I've not seen any of the Paddingtons.
Paddington 1.
Jeez, where did Dave go?
Very enjoyable. He was raptured. So
why are we still here?
Yeah. Oops. Like, uh-oh. It's like that. I know why I'm still here, but why are you still not? I know who I am.
I know. I know what
there
I've
must
done.
be a mistake.
Yeah, I have heard the Paddington movies are actually like really good.
Yeah, very like enjoyable. It's kind of a fun, like, if you watch British shows or like, it's like just every British actor you've ever seen is in it, basically. Yeah. Like the police constable from Hot Fuzz, like the chief of police or whatever. I can't remember his actor's name.
Oh, shit, yeah, I don't remember his name. He's really funny though.
Krusty Juggler. I've been itching to rewatch Hot Fuzz lately.
That movie is like,
it's in my top 10.
It's so rewatchable too.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's because it's so funny.
Like, I feel like a lot of people say that like Shaun of the Dead is better, but there's something just about it that's just not. It doesn't pull me in as much.
Yeah, it's actually my least favorite of the. What do they call the Cornetto trilogy or whatever the heck?
I think that and I always get the name of the movie.
At World's End.
At World's End, like
they're funnier. Like World's
End, they're about the same
to
me. But yeah, Hot Fuzz is like by far.
I think I've only seen each of them once. I've seen Hot Fuzz probably 6 or 7 times.
Oh, it's so funny.
And it's like funnier. Like
it's so good.
Like I'm a slasher. Racist. Like, I just like his character.
Gosh,
just like the great, like just him sitting there, like trying to think how they like, yeah, just all the reveals and it's just like so insane. Them fighting and like the model, like the sprinklers going.
It's really hurt. Yeah, if you have not seen Hot Fuzz, it's a must watch. One of the best comedies ever.
The one old guy like they can't understand.
Gosh. I like the 2 detectives also.
That's one of, isn't that Patty?
Yeah.
We were talking about,
yeah. Yeah, I think we talked about that last.
Olivia Colman's in the movie.
Olivia
too.
Colman. she's the chick in the police department. Gosh.
Village of the Year.
This is all for the best village of the year.
Krusty Juggler.
The great good.
The great good. I brought you into this world.
The biggest, like, so good. Like, starts dual wielding. The chick on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Where did Dave go?
I don't know. He's missing out on this great Hot Fuzz.
I know. Yeah. Reminiscing.
Trying to think of what else I did boot up God of War. Last night I played about 20 minutes. And then Megan showed up and I was like, well, it's time to like.
You're like, oh man, I was really enjoying this.
Yeah.
I really don't want to put this away.
Yeah. I just can't. I'm like, stop talking to me. I'm playing God of War.
How far did you get?
We're a deer. We're hunting for a deer. I just fought some Draugr because I restarted the game.
Yeah.
The 4th time.
The millionth time.
Oh, I just got to get through it. Like,
I don't understand.
Yeah. It's got to click for me. I don't know. I think I'm broken. But maybe it'll, you know what I mean? Maybe each time I played it, I was just like right there. Maybe
just right before.
Yeah.
Have you like stopped at like the same time?
The first couple times, I've made it a little further each time. So this time I'll make it a little further.
We'll see.
And then I'll stop again. So
How far are you?
You're gonna make Will cry.
20 minutes into God of War.
20 minutes. Okay.
But here's something I want to talk to Dave a little bit more about. I'm almost done with the first season of House of the Dragon on HBO.
Uh-huh.
And it might be the most confused I've ever, like, I don't know if I like this show. I don't know if I hate this show. I don't know if it's better than, like, some of the later seasons of Game of Thrones. I don't know if it's worse.
Is it all the time jumps that confuse you? Or
it's like, well, it's more like just like, I think the best way, and I don't know, so, like, I think they can save the show. Like, if this is just like, if they're almost using the first season as almost just a setup season for everything to come, then it will be good. But, like, there has been so many insane time jumps. Like, I mean, I'm just going to, like...
Well, I know about all the time jumps, so, like... And I know it jumps, years and years, and sometimes it's, like, 10 episodes, or 10 years between an episode and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, you know, like... And I feel like I'm, like, there's a lot of interesting stuff happening, but I feel like they're, like, skipping all, like, the build-up. Like, characters will die. Like, they do it, like, Game of Thrones fashion, like, where characters will die unexpectedly.
Uh-huh.
But it'll be like, well, they just did an actor change. So, like, I've only seen this actor for, like, literally an episode and a half, and now they're dead. Like, so I'm like, there's really no, you know what I mean? There's no, like, oh my God. Like, the best way, it would be like if you started Game of Thrones, you know, season 1 Game of Thrones, but instead of season 1 being where it was, the whole first season was like the Robert Rebellion, but, like, condensed into 10 episodes. Like, all of that setup condensed into 10 episodes, and then season 2 was like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
How far are you into it?
I have 2 episodes left.
Okay.
And there's some really cool stuff that happens. There's some cool characters, but I feel like they're, like, skipping a lot of, like, the really interesting, like, Game of Thrones build-up stuff. So I'm like, if this continues for the entire show, it's like, is each season going to be like this, where they're skipping around all the time, or is it just like, is this one season going to set up
something that then is like regular, like,
more traditional
time?
Like, yeah. I mean, like, literally, like, I mean, they've had an actor change for both the, like, and there's also some weird stuff. So, like, Matt Smith is, like, a key prominent character, and he's the same actor through the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And he is, like, you know what I mean? He looks exactly the same from episode 1 to episode 8, but, like, I feel like his character should have aged from how much time has passed. You know what I mean? Like, I've probably covered 15 to 20 years on this show, and he looks exactly the same. And other characters have aged, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just several characters that I'm like, well, 20 years has passed and you look exactly the same. You know what I mean? And, like, you should have probably gone from, like, you know, 50 years old to 70. You know what I mean? Or 40 to 60. Like, you think there should be some change in their age and appearance, while other characters have had, like, 1 to 2 actor changes. You know what I mean? Like, so there's been some weird. I don't know. I want somebody else to watch it because I don't know. I think I like it, but it's more like I like it because I think I'm gonna like where it goes, as opposed to, like, what's actually happening currently.
Maybe that'll be the next thing we watch after Andor.
Okay. Do you like Andor,
Dave? I do like Andor. Bree and I are 3 episodes in. We just watched episode 3 last night, and I think we both really like it. I really like it.
Do you like it more than Obi-Wan?
I don't know. That's a big that's a big ask. Yes, yeah. I definitely like it more than Obi-Wan. Well, like, these 3 episodes, like, especially the third one, like, it's very compelling. There's, like, interesting characters, interesting situations. Like, so far the scale seems kind of small, but, like, that's part of what makes it interesting, especially since we know, like, where the character Andor ends up and what he does.
Wait, what?
Spoilers for Rogue One.
What happened?
But yeah, I've really liked it so far. I didn't know Skarsgård was in it until he showed up at the end, I think, of episode 2, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, he makes most things better. So Lana just spilled coffee on his chair, I'm pretty sure.
Most of it got on my shirt.
On the white chair, man.
Dude, stop. Dude. Flip the cushion, bro. Flip the cushion.
Why did you want to sit there today?
I didn't want to. You made me. You made me sit here. I didn't want Dave to look at me. I said, don't look at me. I'm hideous.
But I've really been liking it. Excited to see where it goes. It does have, like, a much, like, more mature feel to the show, which I think I like.
I also feel like the production value is, like, way higher than, like, Obi-Wan. Like,
the production value seems better. The writing seems, like, multitudes better.
I like how they, like, budgeted out, like, at Disney. They're like, all right, you know, Mandalorian gets, you know, a bunch of money for Andor, decent amount of money for Boba Fett, and then, like, they're like, what about our highly anticipated Obi-Wan show? They're like, you could have $5 to make it. Like,
Obi-Wan. Who? I've never heard of that character.
Obi-Wan,
He's that
we don't need
weird
to put much
old
time
guy
into him.
in the first Star Wars movie. That
What's the
dies,
script?
like, pretty early in.
Obi-Wan. Like
Obi-Wan.
what's your guys' budget is?
So we'll have
very
this
low.
cool Sith girl that's like really compelling.
Stop.
She basically becomes the main character.
She's the most powerful.
No, it's no. I'm very excited to continue watching this show because from the small amount I've seen, I've already I already like it a lot. So.
We'll get on it because
Yeah.
I know Will's dying to talk to both of you about it.
Yeah, well, we've been watching. I mean, we watched one episode a night, so I mean, if we continue that, then we'll finish it within probably like one more week.
Mm-hmm.
But really good.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else is new? What else is new, boys? Huh? Reading any good books?
I'm halfway through the first Lord of the Rings book.
Ooh,
So
cool.
I'm reading that. What
Are
are you guys
reading or listening?
Reading. I don't really listen to books. I listen to podcasts a lot. I haven't
think I'm
listened to a
gonna-
lot of podcasts because
I think I'm going to
doing stuff around the
rebuy
house.
the audiobooks and do the Andy Serkis versions.
Mm.
I think that was a part of the reason why I was a little bit bored with the books because of the like 1980s read through of them. The person reading it was just like, oh, it's so hard to listen to you read.
Yeah.
So I'll give it another shot with Andy Serkis.
Do you ever like read an actual book or not
Sometimes,
really?
yeah. No, I said sometimes.
I don't know how to read, so I don't do that.
I don't know how to listen.
First step,
So.
open your eyes.
Yeah.
Next step, move eyes back and forth.
I've been listening to this podcast.
Third step, go.
This podcast called the Revolutions Podcast.
Oh.
It's
This podcast is called the Hotkeys podcast.
this guy did one called the History of Rome back in 2007 through 2009, I think. And I really like, that's probably my favorite podcast I've ever listened to. And then after that, he did one called Revolutions, where like each season, essentially, he goes through a revolution. So he did like the French Revolution, the American Revolution, the Spanish American Revolution, Mexican Revolution.
Clearly, you haven't listened to our podcast.
That's what it's about.
And right now he's doing the Russian Revolution. So I'm learning about the Russian Revolution right now, which is really, really interesting. So I've been
When did that happen?
well, there's two revolutions, one in 1905 and one in 1917. So
It's a great movie.
So I'm like,
Best movie.
I'm almost
Oscar nominated.
So I'm at the point where like Rasputin was just offed, and now the Tsar and his family is, I think, gonna die really soon. So I'm at a very interesting part of history.
He's immortal, actually. I don't know what you're talking about.
Die.
How long did he survive under a frozen lake? Like
He did
a
not
week or
survive under the frozen lake. He died under the frozen lake.
He came up and he was alive. Right? That's what they say.
Is that how they killed him? They threw him in a frozen.
No, well, they
Didn't
tried to
die.
poison him, but he didn't die. Then they shot him a bunch, and they thought he was dead, and then he escaped. And as he was outside, then they shot him a bunch, and then he finally died. Then they beat him to death, or then they beat him with a thing to make sure he was dead, and then they threw his dead body into the river, where he was fished out a couple days later.
And he walked out on his own.
Wasn't he like kind of like a nobody? He had like no noble blood, right? Like he was just some like dude, right?
He was
Like,
some guy
he
from
came into,
Serbia or Siberia who was like a mystic healer guy who basically was like taking advantage of the Tsar's wife and like got his like way into the family that way.
And always, yeah.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of her in all ways.
And well, he was like not
Basically,
a
if
good
you've
guy.
seen the
He was
animated
like
movie Anastasia, then you know everything about Rasputin.
I don't
He had a
I
little-
don't remember that.
He had a
movie.
little bat.
So he was he was not a good dude.
No, he was not a good dude. He was a bad dude.
He also looked
Creepy. He looks like
horrifying.
I've seen pictures. He looks like insane.
like a crazy person.
Yeah.
But it took a lot to kill him.
Yes, but that's just a small part of the whole like
I
Russian
want people to say that
Revolution,
about me. They'd be like, man, it really took a lot to kill him. Like,
So I'm past that though, but I really love like history stuff, so I've been really into this revolution, and it's very fascinating. But I would recommend that if you guys like history stuff.
yeah,
I like history.
if we don't pay attention, we're doomed. If we don't pay attention to history, we're doomed to repeat it. Right?
Yep.
It's something like that.
Right?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, anyway,
Yep.
on that note,
I'm going through the Old Testament right now.
Where you at?
How long did it take to kill Moses?
Joshua. that frozen parted sea didn't stand a chance. Yeah, and Joshua right now.
Oh, Joshua was cool.
Yeah, cool guy.
He was like one of the two guys who's like, nah, we could take him, right? When they like sent the spies into the city. Wasn't Joshua? He was like one of the two. It was one other guy, right? Who was the other guy? It was Joshua and one other dude were like, yeah, we
Joshua
could
and Judges.
Dude, stop.
Wow. That's really funny.
What a great original joke.
Let's see,
Yeah, just Bible humor.
If I remember back to the Jericho episode of VeggieTales, it was Larry the cucumber and probably some like
They had Slurpees, man. They had the
grape or something.
Slurpees, man. Like,
Keep
And
walking.
then the big-
God, you will knock
the
down
big-
our wall. Keep walking.
keep looking.
Because it isn't gonna fall.
It's plain to see your brains are very small, so keep walking. Yeah, and like the giants in the land were like giant pickles or something.
Yeah.
VeggieTales is great.
Yeah. Don't they kill all the people in that city? Like once they take it?
Yes.
Jericho, I think everybody. No, in Jericho, I thought everybody lived.
Oh, I don't think so.
No,
I think
they
let
put the
one-
city to
I
the
think- I
sword,
think
and then they
they let
don't.
Rahab the prostitute live, right? Wasn't that her name? Rahab? Or am I thinking of a different?
It's rehab, Landon.
Rehab?
You go into rehab.
Which you need.
You go into rehab if you're addicted to prostitutes.
No, don't they put the city to the sword, and then they're not allowed to? I don't think they're allowed to loot Jericho, right?
Was that it?
I'm pretty
Maybe that's
sure.
what I was thinking.
There was a lot of places
Yeah.
where they didn't spare people in the Old Testament.
Yeah. I'm pretty ruthless. but-
Praise hands.
Praise.
Hey, man, killed the heathens, dude. It's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot in the Old Testament that's like I'm finding hard to like apply it to my life, and I think a lot of it isn't really
What do you mean?
really meant to. I mean, when you get into all the like burnt sacrifice stuff and like you
You don't do that?
not anymore.
Okay, man. However you want to live your life, like.
Thank you.
Hey, don't spill
but
your
just
seed
like-
on the ground, guys. Just so you know.
But just like that type of stuff, I think it's easy to like get caught up in like oh, how is this supposed to apply to me? Where it's more like maybe you should take it as like a history lesson more. Yeah. Just like what happened, that type of thing. But
You can go march around my neighbor's house and see if it falls down.
which neighbor?
But then you're not allowed to loot his cars. So,
No, I won't loot his Forerunner.
Their house is
Prius.
nicer than yours, though.
It is nicer.
but you can save the prostitute that's in his basement.
We should march around your house.
Their house is what my house could look like if I had more money one more time.
Anyway, so
Yeah, Joshua. I always liked my favorite books of the Old Testament when I was a kid was like all the stuff that was like about David and all that time, like all the crazy stuff they got up to, like
Dave and the giant pickle.
yeah, Bathsheba, and his son Absalom. I always thought, like, I'm not gonna lie, when I was a kid, I always thought it was like. Thought it was like super funny that he got like stuck in the tree by his hair. I always thought like what an idiot. Like, and then like David's commander, what was his name? Was it Joab? Yeah, Joab. And he just like murders him. Like finds him like hanging in the tree. He's like, help me. He just killed him.
They go about that very differently in the VeggieTales version.
With Absalom? I don't think Absalom's in VeggieTales.
Or not that one.
They don't
It's,
come. David and Bathsheba.
Yeah, Bathsheba.
Yeah,
Is that the ducky, like rubber ducky?
The rubber duck.
Yeah, I don't think they really. VeggieTales isn't really meant for like we're gonna cover adultery on this on VeggieTales.
Adultery and murder.
Yeah.
I want your rubber duck. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
If you have any other questions on adultery or rubber ducks, write into our email.
adultery at hotkeyspodcast.com.
Wow. Gosh. I started listening to Fleetwood Mac,
Oh, they're so good.
I love Fleetwood Mac.
and like hearing the history of that band is like pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's
lot of,
a lot of bands though, right? Like
A lot of breakups, a lot of inner dating, and
Oh yeah,
secret affairs, and
dude. If you're like in a band, like with like a co-ed band, like there's a lot of probably rubber ducky stuff going on.
but no, they're a great band though.
They are very good. They're probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I would say.
What's your favorite song by them?
I don't know song titles. Let me. There's a couple I really like. Let me pull up my Spotify. The volume down so I don't actually like play a song.
Yeah, you don't.
I like Everywhere.
Flag.
I like Everywhere.
Okay.
I like Landslide.
Landslide's good. Do you like Chain?
Yeah, Chain's good. I mean, if you don't, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Just come on. Landslide plays during one of my favorite episodes of South Park. One where Stan's parents get divorced. Like one of like the few like really sad.
Oh, that's when he turns 10, right?
I think so, yeah. And his parents get divorced or like separate. I think it's also the episode like where Butters is crying like out in the rain because like the girl he thought like that like actually like made me tear up a little. Like that's like when like South Park's not a very like, you know what I mean? Like it's a pretty just funny show, but like every once in a while something like hits. Like that episode hit. Yeah. I love life.
I like Rhiannon. I think that's probably my favorite.
Which one?
Rhiannon.
It's a song.
You'd recognize
by
it.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. How does it go, Dave? Sing it for me.
Rhiannon.
Pretty accurate.
That was my
Cool.
version. Flight of the Conchords has a great Flight of the Conchords has a great Fleetwood Mac joke in one of their episodes.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being any worse than your delivery of showing that.
Go Your Own Way is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Loving you.
That's probably their most famous song.
Well, isn't that their opening song of Rumors?
Is it their opening?
I think it is.
It's one of the first ones, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go your own way.
What?
Go your own
Is that your
way.
Is that your Pearl Jam mashup of
It's my creed. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How could I? Creed.
I like some Creed songs, like a couple. Like,
With arms wide open under the sunlight.
How did we get here?
well, Mick drove.
It's just natural, you know.
Mick drove his
It's the way the earth. It's the way the earth spins, Dave. Things just happen.
Hey, I know this is like slightly off topic, but I think you should watch Flight of the Conchords.
What is the
Michael.
topic? There's no topic.
You should watch Flight of the Conchords at least so that you can enjoy the Fleetwood Mac joke.
Yeah, but I want Landon to like me, so I don't want to watch songs.
I think Landon would also like. I think Landon would also like. I would
maybe like the show. I don't really like their music that much.
That's okay. I think you would like the show. The show is
okay.
Show is funny.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Do you like New Zealand humor?
I like Taika Waititi.
Then you would like Flight of the Conchords.
The one. This is not Flight of the Conchords, but I've been wanting to watch. I think it's a British comedy called Peep Show. I've been wanting to watch that for a while. That's just a random thought that just popped in my head. Sorry.
I've seen that like I know what the like the title screen or the splash screen looks like on Netflix, but I have not seen it before.
Yeah. But
guess what tomorrow is?
Sunday.
Pickleball day.
Pickleball.
Pickleball's back, baby.
I still haven't played yet at all.
Dude, join us tomorrow.
I'm having my dad's coming over to watch football.
Oh, what time?
Noon.
Oh, we're playing way before that. So
no, you're not. I saw the text. I still got the text for the invites. I'm still like I lurk. Like I see everything.
Dude, you're such a creep. I don't want you to
Landon,
play
creep? No.
Come on. Come on.
Landon's a creep.
He's a weirdo. What's he doing here?
What is he doing here?
He doesn't belong
You
here.
don't belong here.
Oh.
Don't look me in the eye.
Well,
this joke isn't funny.
should we wrap up?
No.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think I'm
I
good.
feel like we just got started, you know?
Yeah.
No, we've been going for over an hour.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I guess.
And this was one of the few episodes
it a
where
day.
we started like the second after I hit record. Like I was slightly worried that Michael may have like started saying hello and before.
Here, let's do an insert here.
Ready?
Tell me when.
When?
Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast.
Okay. Now do the outro. Ready? Go.
Goodbye from the Hotkeys podcast.
Goodbye.
See you next week.
Maybe.
All right.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, CastBox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.